I recently made a new friend, Wilson Loda, and he does this thing where he very regularly and randomly drops proverbs, pigeon proverbs in conversation, like it just comes out that way. If you know me, you would know that I love to hear pigeon, like it is sweet sweet die. I can't speak the like proper Wafi pigeon. I can speak pigeon, but not the proper Wafi pigeon. And Wilson does this really smooth switch between a full-on American accent to to proper Wafi pigeon, and it's so good. It's beautiful to listen to. As a matter of fact, I started a thread on Twitter where I put in some of the proverbs that he's shared with me over time. You could use the hashtag Wilson said and you'd find them. Just thinking about them makes me laugh. Anyway, in conversation one time I told him that I was hungry, and he offered to buy me lunch even though he was over 1,000 miles from me. And after I accepted, he asked me if I noticed what he had just done. I hadn't noticed what he had just done. And then he proceeded to tell me how he would be a long-term fixture in my life because he paid attention, he stated his intention, and he initiated his execution in one fell swoop. I was impressed. I enjoy talking to him because he's pretty knowledgeable about stuff and he's pretty smart. So even though I was impressed, I was like, okay, is that all you got? Like, let's tinker on this thought a little bit. Let's talk about this. I make videos and I like to give people 5 tips about things. So let us think more about this and create 5 tips and 5 ways people could get anything that they want. Because what he wanted was to ensure that he would be a permanent fixture in my life in one way, shape, or form. And he did it, you know? He did it in a 3-step sequence. And so I said, let us figure out a 5-step sequence that would work. Because the truth is, if you can execute a system in one part of your life successfully, chances are that you can execute it in other parts of your life and achieve the same success. So here is a 5-point system that you can use to get anything that you want. My name is Tobe. Welcome to my YouTube channel. These are the 5 things. So this is going to be a little bit personal because I'm going to illustrate with the real life experience between me and my friend Wilson, okay? Step 1, anticipation. Think to yourself that there will always be a gap for you to fill. For Wilson, when we met, he thought to himself that one day, I would be in a position where I needed him. There would be a Wilson-sized gap that he would be able to fill. He anticipated that that day would come. No matter how small the support and the assistance would be, he just knew that one day he would have to help me in one way, shape, or form. And so he anticipated being able to fill that gap and help me when that day came. So for you, with that person, place, or thing that you want in your life, open up yourself to the knowledge that you will need to fill a gap. It may be an evident gap, it may be a very small gap, but there will be a gap nonetheless. Build the anticipation in yourself and get ready. Now that brings us to step 2, preparation. For Wilson, he said that he saved up money so he would be able to buy me lunch or dinner whenever the situation presented itself. I mean, that was him being silly, but you get the point, right? Because he had anticipated it and had prepared himself for it, when the opportunity came, he didn't have to overthink it or overanalyze it. He was ready. So for you, after you anticipate that there will be a gap for you to fill, prepare yourself to fill it. A bit of a tip, if what you're trying to do is get a person or, just find your way into someone's life, the easiest way to prepare is to be liquid. Really, just have liquid cash because most problems can be solved with money. But then what is preparation without an opportunity? That brings us to step number 3, attention. Wilson could have heard me say that I was hungry and not seen it as an opportunity. As a matter of fact, prior to that conversation, there had been other conversations where I had talked about food and being hungry. I actually remember one where I was talking about being hungry, but I was moving around in my kitchen, cooking something for myself. So that wasn't an opportunity. What he said to me is that on this day, which he recognized as an opportunity, we had talked about other things that indicated that I was in no position to go down to cook food for myself or go out to grab food from a restaurant. And so he was able to recognize that as an opportunity because he paid attention. He paid attention to the other things that had been said in the conversation and heard me clearly when I said that I was hungry. So for you, how much attention are you paying to that industry that you're trying to get into? Do you really know a lot about this next role that you're trying to apply for? For this person whose attention you're trying to get, what do you know about them? Do you hear them? Do you really listen to them when they speak to you? Or are you all up in your head in that moment? Are you paying attention? You need to pay attention so that you recognize the you-sized gap that you can fill. Recognizing the gap is half of the work done. The second half starts with step 4, intention. When I said I was hungry, Wilson's response was, "I'd like to buy you lunch then." Take note of the choice of words. He didn't ask me if I was hungry. He didn't ask me what I would like to eat. He didn't ask me if he could buy me lunch. He didn't suggest that lunch could be bought or ordered or whatever. He just went straight for it and stated his intention. I will like to buy you lunch. Period. Once you recognize the you-sized gap in any situation, don't dilly-dally, don't talk circles around it. You already anticipated it, you already prepared for it, you've been paying attention. So once the opportunity shows itself, go straight for the kill and state your intention to fill the gap. There is a chance that your intention will be rejected, but the thing is, you stated that intention, right? So it is now a known thing that you want to fill that gap. When another opportunity comes, as they always do, it would be easier for you to fill in the gap the next time around because the intention is already out there, right? When your intention to fill a gap is a known variable, the chances of your offer being accepted is much higher. Once an acceptance is received, you go straight for the kill with step number 5, execution. Part of preparation is outlining multiple ways to execute your intention. Wilson was over 1,000 miles away from me and he hadn't really known me long enough to know my food preferences. So what he did was reel out a number of options like these food service apps, he reeled them out to me and said, hey, you could order from here, here, here. And he also gave me options for how he would pay for the food. I had a preferred option for him to pay for the food, and once I said it to him, he was like, okay, cool. And he did just that. So when you execute your intention, be flexible and make it a point to bear all or at least most of the effort towards executing that intention. If you are an overachiever, which is not a bad thing, especially when you're trying to get someone or something, go over and beyond. Just do a little bit extra and make an impression, right? In Wilson's case, what he did was get me 2 lunches instead of 1. And that's it, your 5-step strategy to leaving an impression and getting anything that you want, really, in any sphere of life. Anticipate, prepare, pay attention, state your intention, and execute flawlessly. Let me know if these work out for you, and if you already have a system that you use to get what you want, please go right ahead and tell me about it in the comment section. I would like to chat with you as well on Twitter. Use the tag The5Things. Don't forget to follow me at I am Tobe Neji on Twitter and on Instagram, and please subscribe to my channel. Big shout out to my friend Wilson. He's gonna watch this video and he's completely going to curse me out, but it's okay. And yes, absolutely check out his pigeon proverbs on my Twitter timeline. My name is Tobe. I will see you in the next video. Until then, hey, I really do hope that you get everything that you want. Make it work. Bye guys.